Welcome to today's yoga class for technology, posture, and self-compassion. Because we are living in a world dominated by technology, I thought, why not just combine the two? So find a comfortable way to lay down on your back. And once you are all the way there, just kind of bend the knees and let the feet connect to the floor. Take a moment to just simply breathe. And when you're ready, let your chin go from shoulder to shoulder. So let it roll to the left shoulder and then the left, and then the right. Bring it to center, and then let's do some chin tucks. So inhale, you can lift your chin a little bit, and then exhale, draw your chin down towards your chest. So it's almost like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. Inhale, lift the chin up. Exhale, draw the chin back and elongate the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the chin up, and exhale, find another chin tuck, really drawing that chin down. Inhale, come to center, and option 2, exhale and release. You can grab your block, inhale, bridge pose, or I should say supported bridge pose with that block. So arms at the side of your body, palms facing down. Inhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, and place the block underneath your sacrum, the triangular bone above the tailbone. Now, if you don't have a block, that is okay too. You are totally able to go without, but it will be more engagement. Okay, so sometimes I like to opt for more support here since we will be holding for a while. Place your hands over your front hip points. Think about gathering the lower belly and the spot above the pubic bone, engaging the pelvic floor and that lower belly a bit more. Inhale. Exhale, bring the palms back down at the sides of your body with the arms straight. You can take a few more breaths here as you settle in. And just feel the connection here. This is your center, your core, the place that supports your spine and your posture. Breathe fully here. Let the belly rise and let the belly fall. Inhale, one-legged bridge pose. Lift your left leg up to the sky and then point and flex your toes. You can also go and make circles with your ankles, and you can also pulse your foot back and forth, drawing the foot towards you and away, towards you and away. Inhale, find stillness after you've added a little bit of movement and have been able to settle in here. You can also lift a little bit and lower off of the block. Inhale, let's switch our one-legged bridge pose. Let's lift the right leg up, point and flex the toes, find your ankle circles, draw the toes towards you and away with little pulses as a hamstring stretch. And then again, you can lift the hips a little bit and lower, lift the hips a little bit and lower. But we're just kind of waking up the core here. Now, if you don't have that block, you're probably going to feel a little bit more engagement, and it might be a bit intense to start class this way. So know that if you're like, wow, I don't know about this, it's okay to totally skip this too. Inhale, bring your arms out to the gold pose position, and let's do some lat pull downs on the floor. So reach your arms overhead, straighten the arms, and then exhale, bend the elbows and draw the hands back down in line with the ears. Inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, bring them down. Inhale, arms up, exhale, bring them down. Now notice if the movement is just happening in the arms or if there's something happening in the rib cage as well. Your rib cage should feel kind of steady and stable. Inhale, bring the arms back to center with the palms facing down in your supported bridge. And exhale, let's do some shoulder shrugs. Shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then release them back down. Shrug them up and release them down. Shrug them up and release them down. Now here, if you'd like to come back to center, inhale, and exhale, do a few bridge lifts. You could do that as well. So just like the one-legged bridge pose, now we have both feet on the ground. Exhale, lift the hips a little bit. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift the hips a little bit. Inhale, lower down. So we are just kind of waking everything up in a gentler way, and that's why I like having the block. Inhale, exhale, release, roll down onto your spine, place the block to the side, hug your knees in, and rock side to side, giving yourself like a little hug here. And then inhale, let's do some core work. So bring the feet back down, let your knees bend. Inhale, interlace your hands behind your head, let the elbows wide to start. And then exhale everything. Just kind of nod your head, no massaging the back of your head and the suboccipitals, kind of where the head and the neck connect. And then inhale, bring the elbows up towards the ceiling, so point them up, and exhale, lift your shoulders a few inches off the ground, or maybe just a couple inches. Look at your belly button as you do so, and think about engaging that spot above and in front of the pubic bone once more. Hold here for a few breaths, or as long as you can. And again, now we're waking up the core in a slightly different way. So you have like the bridge where you're getting like the glutes involved. Now you're having the upper core and lower core in the belly getting involved. Inhale, exhale, lower down to lay back down. And then inhale again. We'll point the elbows up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift the shoulders. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So find some pulses here. The first time we held it, this time we're moving in and out, or I should say up and down, up and down. Go at your own pace. Do as many lifts and lowers here as your body allows for today. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back to center. And exhale, release the elbows back out to the side. Good job. So this is a way to subtly just kind of wake up the core. Inhale, bring the elbows to point back up to the ceiling, and exhale, draw the right elbow towards the left knee. There will be a gap, that's fine. We're not trying to really crunch. What's more important is that we're containing the core. Inhale, center. Exhale, draw the left elbow to your right knee. And again, finding that containment in the core of where you are still breathing, but you are still engaged. Inhale, center, exhale, lower down, and take a little moment to rest before we pulse. So inhale, again, you will bring your elbows to point up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the right elbow to the left knee, then left elbow to right knee, and switch. Right, left, right, left. So finding that movement just like we did in the lift and lowers, but now we're getting into the obliques, the sides of your body. Inhale, center, exhale, lower all the way down, release and let that go. Now inhale, we'll go into baby hundreds. So you can bring your arms back to the sides of your body to start. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale, lift your shoulders off of the mat. Just a few inches off the ground again, or maybe a couple inches. Your arms are at the sides of your body, that they're lifted as well with the palms facing down. And then bring your knees over your hips and flex your ankles. Now pulse your arms up and down, just little pumps. You can breathe in for 5 pulses, out for 5 pulses. This is working your deep core. Option to straighten your legs out to a diagonal and then back in, or just keep them bent. Or you can draw them toward you. Option to reach your arms overhead and back to your sides. These are different variations that are going to challenge you in either your upper body or lower body. And then, of course, you can bring it all together, extending the arms and the legs at the same time. So reaching the arms overhead, your legs are at a diagonal. Inhale, you open. Exhale, you come back to center. Inhale, give yourself a hug. Let yourself be proud of your effort today. Good job, right? Say good job to yourself. And then you can rest. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. Inhale, and then exhale, supine twist. Let the knees roll to the right side actually, and then bring your chin to your left shoulder. I like to keep my arms goalpost because again, I like to open the front of the chest. So choose the variation that works best for you today, and then inhale, come to center, and exhale, supine twist. Let the knees fall to the left, your chin to the right. And breathing here into the twist, wringing out the spine, releasing your low back. Inhale, come back through center, and then exhale, let the feet come back to your mat. Inhale, exhale, happy baby crunch. So now try to grab the outsides of your feet, bring the knees in towards the armpits, lift your hips a little bit and your shoulders off the ground, and inhale, slowly lower and release. So again, grab the outsides of your feet or the backs of your thighs, your knees are wide, your feet are flexed, and you crunch a little bit up and then lower down. This massages your spine and engages your whole core. Inhale, exhale, release, and find corpse pose shavasana with your legs long, your arms at your sides. Close your eyes. Take a bit of a break here. Let everything soften. You've been asking your body to move in a lot of different ways that maybe it doesn't get to very often. So honor your effort here. You don't have to hold yourself together. Let the ground hold you for this moment. Then inhale, hug your knees in, rock and roll up to a seat, and then transition to a tabletop position. So take a few rocks. I have fun with it. I really do. And I usually do a few rocks. It feels good. And then in your tabletop, your shoulders are over your wrist, hips are over your knees. A slight engagement of the belly button drawing up towards the spine, but we don't want to overdo it and to get too rigid here. But once you feel like you've created one nice line of energy in your spine, inhale. Exhale from tabletop, protract your shoulder blades by rounding your upper back, push the floor away, and spread your shoulder blades apart. Then retract your shoulder blades by squeezing your shoulder blades together and let your chest drop towards the floor. Move between protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. This mobilizes your upper back, the part that can get stuck in a rounded position when you're hunched over a computer. Inhale, cat cow, let the belly drop towards the ground. Stick your tailbone up, draw your heart forward, gazes forward. Exhale, cat, push the ground away. Draw the belly button or the gaze towards the belly button, the tailbone towards the ground. Inhale, cat, or excuse me, cow. And then exhale, cat. I'm getting my animals confused here. But let your spine undulate between the two. Let it move the way it's designed to move, not stuck in one position all day long. And coordinate with your breath. Inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop, and then exhale, lift and lower your wrists. So come up onto the fingertips and just push the ground away with your fingertips as you lift your wrists, and then exhale, lower, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Your wrists do so much work of typing, scrolling, gripping. So we're giving them a little bit of love here. Some attention, engagement. Do this a few times. And inhale, come to neutral, and exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees for some knee hovers. They can come up maybe an inch or two or three, but you're just going to lift your knees as you push the ground away and continue to kind of pull the hips into their sockets. Inhale, come up to a seat, let that go, and then exhale, dolphin pose. Come down onto your forearms, elbows under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and then lift your hips and back into dolphin pose. It's kind of like downward facing dog, but you're on your forearms. And from here, nod your head yes and no to just kind of release the neck and remind your body that it has choices. You can say yes, you can say no, and this loosens up the cervical spine. That also gets stuck in certain positions in our technology driven society. Exhale, child's pose. Sink your hips back to your heels, forehead rests down. Arms can reach forward or rest by your sides. Breathe into your back body and feel it expand with each inhale. This is rest. This is safety. You can always come back here. Inhale, option to take a side stretch in your child's pose. You would begin by pressing into the forearms and reaching the right arm over to the left side, and then reaching the left arm over to the right. And then inhale, we'll come back to tabletop and go down to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and just kind of pedal out your feet, lifting the heels, bending the knees. Again, you can nod your head yes and no. Releasing any last bits of tension here. And then inhale, come forward into your knee hover, and exhale, downward facing dog. So inhale, shift the weight forward into the arms, and then exhale back into the hips and the shoulders. So it's like you're almost about to go into a plank, but you get to bend your knees a few inches off the ground. I thought maybe that was a little bit of a nicer variation instead of going into a full plank. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that nice at all. Now, jokes aside, inhale, come back and exhale. Find a down dog twist. Tap your right hand to your left ankle and then your left hand to your right ankle. And you can just switch between the two or you can hold here. For me, this day, moving felt better than holding for too long. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, child's pose. Lower your knees. Sink back into your hips. Take a moment here. Some of these movements might feel new. Allowing your body and brain to process them, connect them all in. Inhale, come up to your tabletop, and then exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot forward between your hands, and then stack your shoulders over your hips. Now you can take a moment to bring the hands to the hips. Make sure the pelvis is leveled. It's in a nice, neutral, even position. Then inhale, reach your arms forward, and exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Just a nice way to open up through the chest, open up through the spine. On the last twist, you can hold it and gaze over your back hand. Inhale, center, and then exhale, bring your hands down on the inside of your front foot. Toe heel the front foot out to the side a little bit more and find a runner's lunge. You can rock back and forth as you tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. You can let the chin drop down towards the chest. Inhale, exhale, come onto the back knee and then just draw that right heel towards your bottom a couple times, engaging through the hamstrings. And then grab your back foot with your left hand for a quad stretch. Inhale, come back to your lunge and then exhale, I think I'm getting my lunges mixed up. But come into like a hamstring stretch as you shift the hips back towards the back heel and you straighten your front leg coming onto the heel of your front foot. Now inhale, come back into your lunge and then exhale, switch. Step your right foot in between your hands. Stack the shoulders over your hips as you come on up. You can bring the hands to hips, making sure they feel even with one another. Then inhale, reach your arms forward and exhale, open your arms like a book out to the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist open to the right. At the bottom of or at the pause or end of your twist, look over the back hand. Inhale, bring both hands down on the inside of the right foot, toe heel the right foot out to the side, come up into, I called this a runner's lunge, but now I'm not so sure. You can rock back and forth and then come onto the back knee, draw the left heel towards the left bum, engage the left hamstrings, and then grab the left foot with the right hand and stretch your quad. Inhale, center, kind of bring the front foot in between the hands again, and then exhale, hamstring stretch. Now this time you're straightening your front leg as you shift your hips towards your back foot. Maybe your belly connects with your front thigh, maybe it does not. And inhale, come back to center, and exhale through a side lunge, turn and come into a wide forward fold. Once you're in a wide forward fold, bend one knee and then the other, finding some side lunges. And then just kind of let your head hang, let your spine lengthen, and then grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. You can nod your head yes and no, interlace your hands behind you, and let your arms fall forward over your head, further opening your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, lower down into a low squat. So heels in, toes out, elbows on the inside of the knees. And then inhale, come up into like a seat. And we'll get ready for a reverse tabletop. So with the knees bent, the hands are behind you, the feet are hip width. Inhale, lift the hips into your reverse tabletop. See if you can get your hips in line with the shoulders. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Lift the right foot. Exhale, low lunge. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, come into your low lunge, stacking the shoulders over your hips. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Or rather, just inhale, reaching the arms overhead, and lift off of your back knee. Take your time to engage the left glute as you do this. And then exhale, warrior three. Shift weight into your front foot. Lift the back foot off of the ground. Almost like you're creating a capital T with your body. You can reach your arms towards the back of your room or towards your space. But each time you inhale, you come into a high lunge. Each time you exhale, you can find a warrior three and challenge your balance. Option to find little twists when you come back to center and you stay in your high lunge, twisting right to left. And then inhale, finding stillness. Hands to hips and roll out your shoulders. So inhale, shrug the shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Then inhale, roll the shoulders up towards the ears and roll them forward and down. Then try one shoulder at a time, rolling the left shoulder and then the right shoulder, the left shoulder and then the right. Roll it backwards and forwards. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Open up to the left. Stack your front knee over your ankle. Your left foot parallel to your mat. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Reach the right arm up and over. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to mid plank. Lower down onto your knees and then eventually onto your belly. Inhale, come up into either your cobra or sphinx to open up through your back. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift the kneecaps. Draw your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, and let's do that all on the other side. Inhale, three-legged down dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, step the left foot forward. Drop the back knee down to start. Then inhale, rise up, reaching the arms overhead. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, once you are ready to transition and balance, you would shift forward into your front foot. Warrior three, lift the back foot off the ground. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Notice if you start to open your hips or wobble, really try to keep your hips neutral towards your mat or the ground. And just try to feel that balance of shifting the weight into the front foot. Now inhale, come back to your high lunge, and then exhale, hands to chest, twist right, left, right, left. Further, just trying to really open up through the spine. Then inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two, or rather, before we even go there, let's shrug the shoulders. So inhale, shrug the shoulders to ears, roll them back and down. Exhale, shrug the shoulders to ears, roll them forward and down. So you're doing some shoulder rolls. Now do one shoulder at a time, rolling the right shoulder forward, the left shoulder back, and then switching directions. Now we'll open up, inhale, warrior two. The left foot is, or the left knee is stacked over the left ankle. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, reach your left arm up and overhead. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down, chaturanga dandasana, high to mid plank, slowly lower onto the knees, and then your belly, and then your chest. Inhale, cobra pose, pushing the ground away with the hands or coming onto the forearms for sphinx. And then exhale, you can go down into your child's pose. So sink back into your child's pose and just close your eyes. Let your forehead rest heavy. You can even nod your forehead side to side. You've given your body so much today. Movement, it doesn't usually get. Stretches it's been craving, strength it's been needing. Your body has been sitting still, hunched, holding tension, and today you offered it relief. That's not a small thing. That's self-care. That's compassion. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank your body for all it does, for carrying you through your day, for adapting to positions it wasn't initially designed for showing up even when it's tired. When you're ready, come up into a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to heart, then to your forehead, and thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need a little calm today. See you next time.